Erik Horne here with Maddie Lee after the Thunder's 132-122 win over the Orlando Magic. Thunder sweeps the Magic for the year. Thunder offense still rolling. Defense, a little bit here, a little bit, not as much as you'd like for the Thunder, but 8th win in 9 games for the Thunder, still on track.
Yeah, good little streak they've got going. Definitely expected it to be much more of a landslide in the Thunder's favor, especially after they just a week ago beat the Magic without Terrence Ferguson or Steven Adams. They get those guys back, and it's a little close for comfort there.
Yeah, and foul trouble played a big part of that too. Terrence Ferguson ends up fouling out. Dennis Schroeder ends up fouling out. Thunder made some bad fouls. Their defense really wasn't solidified until the third quarter, where they got going a little bit and got some stops, where they outscored the Magic by about 13 points in that third quarter. But we continue to see some positive signs from the Thunder's offense, considering that they didn't start out the year very well. Russell Westbrook, he's just passing the ball all over the place. He had 16 assists tonight. This is, I think, the 6th time in 7 games he's had 14 or more assists. He says he's just finding guys, and guys are making shots. But look, if Westbrook's not shooting well, this is what he has to do well. He has to penetrate. He has to be able to draw defenders and get guys those open shots. He did it on the Thunder's last shot of the game before it turned into a foul fest. He drives. Nader's man comes off from the corner. Abdul Nader's wide open for a three-pointer. Russell Westbrook's passing the ball probably as well as he has in his entire career.
And it's a good sign for the Thunder that in a game when Paul George started off not shooting well, that they can have guys like Jeremy Grant, like Terrence Ferguson, step up and keep them in the game. They're only down by 1 point after that first quarter, even though Paul George only made 1 shot from the field.
Monumental day for the Thunder / night. They finally crack 110 points per 100 possessions. Now, the defense obviously needs to get back on track. It hasn't been great since the beginning of the year, but the offense is starting to creep back up into that range where you're starting to say, okay, if you can get a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense, then you got the makings of a championship team. The Thunder was one of those few teams last year that had a top 10 offense and defense, but when Andre Robertson goes down, their defense craters. Carmelo Anthony's not the player that Jeremy Grant is. The Thunder has the makings of being a team that can be in that top 10 in both, and that's promising for them going into the playoffs.
Yeah, Billy Donovan touched on it tonight. Big thing for them, they've had either defense or offense going really well at different times. They just got to do it at the same time.
Got to get them both at the same time. Oh, quiet 39 for Paul George, who continues his assault on the league. Gets to the line a ton to finish off the game. Dennis Schroeder came alive at the end of that third quarter and the beginning of the fourth. I think he had probably 15 points in about a 7.5-minute span. Second time in 2 weeks he's crushed the Magic.
Yeah, they're going to have nightmares about him
Dennis
for
Schroeder
a while.
loves playing the Magic. Dennis Schroeder loves them. I think that'll about do it.